I always knew that I eventually wanted to better affect teenagers in their mental health in some way. And so when at Stanford, my senior year, I had my epiphany, but also midlife crisis of, wow, you don't just have to become a psychologist or psychiatrist to affect mental health. Everything affects mental health, education affects mental health, socioeconomic status affects mental health. And that freed me. I majored in human biology, and I chose to concentrate in the biological and psychological determinants of adolescent mental health. Girl, what? Post-graduation, after completing a one-year fellowship, I started working at Eastside College Preparatory as girls' dorm residential faculty. So that basically means that I live and work in the girls' dormitory, which is a private semi-boarding school for all first-generation low-income students of color. I have you checked off from that,
and
so
then
make sure you have
unit
that.
2 quiz.
My family is really big. I have 5 siblings. My mom and my dad are actually both from Lagos, Nigeria. My parents got divorced when I was in 2nd grade. She has always kind of been the main supporter in my family. And so she was working nights as a nurse in Phoenix. My mom is my rock and my shining star. She has sacrificed so much throughout her life to be able to support us. I went to a big public school in Arizona, but neither of my parents were ever oh, you have to go to college. But it was always just implied. We just knew we go to college. Since I was younger, I've always been very saddened at the idea of ever stressing my mom out. I think knowing that she worked really hard at night to take care of us. So when my mom said she'd support me, it was me kind of not talking to her about finances because I didn't want to stress her out. I never wanted to be another strain. Just yeah, we would have always made it work. I'm so afraid or just saddened at the idea of her being up at night or something, being how are we gonna pay for Jemima's college? I don't remember actually ever looking at how much Stanford would cost until my stepdad brought it up. Because my stepdad, who was it was an option, so kind of just don't even fully consider it. There's no way we could pay for this, which is really disheartening. I was this is my super rich school, but it'd be cool. And so I still applied. And then once I did get in and I saw the sticker price and I was all right. Don't really know what my plan is here, And just kind of hoped against hope that financial aid would make that tip. I think in typical teenage fashion, I very much compartmentalized the limitations that would have been on my education. I very much was yeah, it would have been really cool to go to this school, but it's too expensive and I probably actually would hate it. The way that when you can't actually have something, you diminish it I never wanted it in the first place. I remember getting my financial aid letter and being so blown away. That financial aid packet was oh, what? It's not only that it's possible to go to Stanford, it's the financially responsible decision to go to Stanford because this package is really good, really good. There definitely was a lifting of a burden and just an excitement. I'm going to Stanford. Such an exciting feeling. Financial aid covered the quarter where I studied abroad. I had never left the country in my life, and getting to do it on Stanford's dime was, I can't even say a dream come true because I never thought to dream about it. Sometimes schools seem inaccessible because GPA or price tag, and just being able to be ignore all of that and just think about what do you bring to the table? My friend from school was that's a really good school. Don't tell yourself no. You deserve to at least find out. It worked out for me,